Hi, we are gonna call the Board of Abatement, BOA, and the Board of Civil Authority, BCA, to meeting at, 32. Okay, agenda. Okay, our agenda. Notice of the Board of Abatement, BOA, and the Board of Civil Authority, BCA, via email, Justice of the Peace, Select Board, Assessor Clerk, Treasurer, date June 17, 2016. We adopt the rules of procedures. There will be a meeting of the Board of Abatement and the Board of Civil Authority, BCA, Monday, June 29th at 5:30 PM in person or via Zoom at the Pownell Town Office, 511 Center Street. Agenda approval, elect a chairperson, and that do Board of Abatement, request of abatement, rules of procedure, notice of agenda, notice of a decision. Board of Civil Authority, BCA, request of the hearing, rules of procedure, notice agenda, notice of decision, and adjourn. And then we have the Zoom meeting link. Okay. So I need a motion to approve my agenda. No, wait, it's an agenda first.
Oh, so.
I'm not. It's supposed to be.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Okay.
And this is a work session. am I
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah, okay,
To approve a work session.
okay. So we don't have anybody on Zoom? Okay, so then we do not need to do a roll call vote. Okay. Okay,
Should call.
oh, people know who we are.
Yes, just for accountability.
Okay,
People know who's here.
all right, so now I have to, my vote. Okay,
Give it a vote for.
so. I don't have my paper.
Any more discussion?
Any more discussion
No.
for agenda? Sorry, I don't like this, that's why we're doing this. Okay. So do I say yes?
Yeah, all in favor.
All in favor?
Aye.
So. All opposed? Okay. Well, the agenda's been approved. Oh, dear God. Okay. Now we need to elect a chairperson.
Okay.
I got Jim. Who's the second?
I'll second.
I was gonna say, I think Jimmy motioned that.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
It's okay.
So who's been nominated who? You? Oh. For chairperson. Okay. So now, yeah, are you okay with it? So I can say 2 more times?
You don't have to say it
Oh, I
every
don't have-
time, because there's no other,
Oh, sweet, thank you.
that's if you're electing officials.
Okay. All in favor?
Stay.
We didn't get to the no's. And no, okay, 0, 1 abstain. Congratulations, your turn. Okay. So I'll help you out a little.
And I asked a question.
To work.
So are we electing him or, yeah, is this just for this meeting?
Just for this one, we have
But
to.
then we're gonna go down through and do that.
Yes. Yeah,
Sorry.
Nope.
This is the Board of Abatement.
yeah. So your first one that you want this one. So what I did was I made a clear copy for everybody, but when I sent it out, I think I did my markups of what I do, you know what I mean? So your guys is gonna be clear unless you print it off the,
Want the second page? It's right back there. What?
this is the copy. No, I gave them guys.
Here, oh, sure. LCD model request abatement.
Yeah,
Okay. Not common, so you have her. The third one from the last, coming from the rear. Active.
so I,
Like that.
mine's
Says
for the,
request.
Request for abatement?
Model request for abatement.
Good question. Third to last.
There's the last.
Third to
I
last.
think,
Third from the last, sorry.
Is this what you're looking for?
no,
This-
Third from the
Yeah,
last.
that one, that's
sheet.
the request, yeah.
So why don't we pass it around so everybody can see it and then we'll get you copies of it. This is what we're talking about, okay?
Well, yeah, but it's.
So it looks like this,
But it's written on
right,
because.
so
but this
when
is the
I,
application.
when I emailed, I gave my version. So it should be in your stapled packet that you have.
Which staple pack?
It's the one, this packet that it
The
looks
one that
like,
says abatement on.
your, this is what your packet should look like, right after your agenda.
Okay,
So I put everything in order.
Third from the last.
Yeah,
okay, okay.
Third from the last.
so on this, because
Wait,
Ellen,
Start of it.
Ellen, do you want to speak, because like you, a lot of people will ask you for an abatement.
So if they ask you for an abatement, there's an actual form that they're supposed to fill out, and as soon as that copy gets done running, I will sneak out and get everybody a copy of this so you can review it and know what it looks like. But there is an actual request form to have either taxes abated or sewer abated,
We have,
okay?
we have it.
Do you have the blank
Yeah, it's-
form?
yeah, it's in there.
Completely blank, right?
Completely blank. 3 pages.
This, you are now going to start using every abatement hearing.
Okay.
Because it is the person's responsibility to fill out this form. Until this form is completely filled out and everything is given to Julie, we're not gonna follow you.
Okay.
They need to fill it out, they need to pick the reason why they're coming in, which number. If
From the
they're
9.
coming in
Right.
for the reason for abatement, so if
Right.
they're coming in because. They are unable to pay, they need to find that reason. And put that in here, and that's the only discussion we need to have, we don't need to say they don't fall under and try to pick a criteria they fall under, they are for. The reason for their abatement is what they're requesting,
We're putting the onus on the individual.
it's supposed to be on the individual.
Right.
You read the book, it's their job to present their case
Right.
and have the form all filled out.
So if they choose the wrong reason,
Then that's on them.
okay.
Right, so in the past, they just wrote a letter requesting.
Not more flexible.
Right.
Right, we are
So-
getting, that way
Right.
there's no question for
And
me.
we had to pick which one we were.
And everybody-
Right, we always,
Okay.
This makes everybody treated the same, if they're
Yep.
coming for an abatement, a lot of times. They're coming in because they're going. I've started the tax sale process, and we have to send them in that request from the attorney. For payment or to make a payment plan. Specifically states, and you have an option for abatement, so there's other things that I send out, but once they get the attorney letter. They'll request it, that they're only requesting it because the attorney said they could. They don't, so then they have to fill out this form and tell us why they're requesting it.
So, question going forward, because I'm sure there's gonna be a whole bunch of abatement hearings for this whole tax. Reassessment and all that stuff. If they come up and,
That's your other board. So they won't ask for taxes to be abated. Property taxes to be abated because the property taxes are too high.
That's civil authority.
That's for the civil authority when they read the rest of
Many.
it. They did it in 2011.
Right.
we're the same people, just different, that's a different.
Yeah.
It's so confusing.
So what we're here for.
Because I'm not on, when you go into the next
Well,
meeting, I'm not.
can I ask a question about that or not?
You can, go.
So if somebody wants to abate their taxes and they don't have a valid reason that it's on one of the, say if we have 9,
right,
like in. This section, we have 9 different reasons.
Right.
Say there's one in there they don't like, can they go, they can keep going beyond us and go right to the state, right?
No, that's the other board. And
Go to the other board first.
That doesn't have to do with taxes, that has to do with assessed value, so the
Right.
difference between the Board of Abatement and the Board of Civil Authority, the Board of Abatement is for once they've received their tax bill, once they can't pay them, once they've gone delinquent for 2 or 3
Okay.
years and I started the process. The Board of Civil Authority is for assessed value on their home.
And that's what we will be doing next. So after we do this, we have,
We have to
the
do-
assessors have already done grievance.
Yeah.
So we've had a couple people be denied and whatnot. So now their next step is coming back to the receipt. So,
And then,
That'll
and
be
then
our
they
next
can go,
one.
if they don't like the
Then they
answer from
can
us,
go.
then they could keep going.
right. So, but that, so they do that first, then
Yeah,
they come
yeah,
to us, then they go to the state, but that'll be explained in the
I
next
understand
one.
now.
But we do have a couple, so we gotta do a meeting now.
So the only other thing is, this board is the only one that can abate taxes.
Mhm.
It's just, Ellen may agree with somebody that
You know,
it should be abated or something, but this board has a lot of, the lawyers told us sometimes a lot of flexibility there.
And we're here to.
Well, but flexibility, but within those 9.
Correct.
All right, well, that's.
Yeah,
those are like when we, at the end of a meeting, we sit here and we try to figure out which one, or a lot of times we don't have a reason why, and I have to go back to, be like, it's this one, because I'll go to Ellen, but that way they're telling us, so then a lot of times we'll be able to just look at their check mark.
But then we're only discussing, they will tighten up the meeting and we're only discussing that it's up to them to prove that reason.
That reason, right?
And be within our rights not to accept that reason because everybody can basically pay unless they disappeared. Or, you can make payment arrangements, they have a lot of options, but sometimes you're evading taxes because it's no longer there.
No,
And it's no longer
And
there,
we're adopted.
and it's unknowing.
Right.
Yep. Well,
That's
that's,
not probably the same, but people.
I don't know if it's hotter
Yes,
outside.
it-
Outside.
Is it?
It's outside.
It's hard.
Sorry.
be thankful
Well,
you're
that's-
here.
Gotta raise their taxes one more time, then they can pay for it.
Okay.
The purpose that we're here for, and Julie brought up a good point, it's not on our thing, but the only change that she's suggesting is to, and where it says municipality name is what Powell, and then adopt this as our new procedure. Need a motion.
For the packet, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we, that
Counter.
was our, didn't know if we were gonna do the whole packet as one or if we were gonna do it individuals.
I think we can do it.
I think we could do it as well.
All right, so then we can't vote.
We have to go over everything if you're gonna.
Yeah, we
We're
gotta.
gonna go through the rest.
Okay, well, that's,
We gotta discuss the rest of it, we're gonna do it as one, but I'm just letting people know that's what our purpose is, but
okay.
not.
Well, I need to pay attention for my minutes.
This guidance came from the state.
Yeah. So then, oh, sorry, you're the chair, the hell I didn't hear.
Well, I think-
Box.
You get
You got it.
it. Yeah.
See, I didn't interrupt. So, I did read this. The model abatement notice and agenda.
Wait,
The only thing that, is that what you're on model?
no, we're on rules of procedure next.
No, I wanna go
Well,
backwards.
she's,
Oh,
You know, I'm still there because we didn't move on.
yeah,
okay.
Down here, where it says mail to the applicant.
Yep,
I'm on the one.
front page, yeah.
Front page.
Given to each member of the board with at least one lister receiving personal notice, we don't have listers.
we gotta change that,
Given to the assessor,
correct.
How many
the
assessors,
second dot
So
on the bottom. It says
how many assessors do we have? Just one?
One.
Assistant? She's assistant assessor or assistant?
No, she's the assistant, but she's
That's the
the,
notice and agenda.
assessor.
Clerk.
She's a clerk.
Right.
It's not.
And who's, the guy is, what's his name?
Jacob.
Jacob. Okay.
Yeah.
He's the assessor.
He's the,
So with
Yeah, but-
the assessor receiving personal notice?
Yeah. Yes,
Yes, you, anywhere that says lister, it should say
The
assessor.
Right.
request for the abatement.
Yes. What she's saying is anywhere it says lister, which is true, it should say assessor.
front page,
But on the
all the
first.
way to the bottom,
On the bottom.
Yeah.
second
We
bullet
don't
point.
have listers. Anywhere it says
It says
lister,
right there,
it will be
each one
changed
listed.
to assessor.
That's the hearing notice.
Yeah,
But
But-
it
I'm
can't-
talking about on this one.
but it's throughout this.
Everything that says lister should be assessor.
That's-
Okay, I
Just
understand.
not looking at someone.
I don't know where the hell I am.
All right, you're good.
I'm just doing this,
There you go. Do it when they.
because I don't know where it is on this front page that I'm looking for. But
That's
Good.
not the same.
that's why I'm saying.
Yours is filled out.
Right, no, I'm trying to go by the way I did the agenda.
Right.
We did that,
The way you did the packet,
Messed up.
the way you did the packet is.
is
the way-
different. I know,
That's the part that confused.
okay, so then you know what?
That's why.
You can do that during the meeting.
Same page. but-
Okay. Let me go to that.
It says BCLT model abatement notice
About doing this whole thing
Oh.
right along. And that, or doing these individually.
page.
I'm gonna say that Alan is right, that we need amendment to these,
Right.
to this. So somehow that's gotta be done either separately in a formal setting,
Mhm.
and I don't know what we should do them individually. I get.
Well, that's
So Julie, on where it's
I'm looking at
the bullet points on the bottom of the front page.
I don't, yes, your
Yes.
front, what I'm saying is your front page is different than the order I went in.
Right.
So it won't be my
I
front
don't
page.
even see that in your thing.
Yeah. That's what I would look back.
Which one are we?
She's doing it differently.
This is.
But stick with that.
It's the very front of your, the very front of our packet, not Julie's. The very front, it's all the way to the bottom, the second bullet point from the top.
Gotcha, there.
That's the first one that she,
Did it a minute ago.
it's the first one she's talking about.
Gotcha. We're going to amend that to say.
With instead of
given to
saying
each
lister.
Member
said
of the
assessor.
board
With
the assessor receiving personal notes or.
All you need to do is change lister to assessor. That's it.
and get.
Keep it simple. But yeah, but if in the future you could have 7 and it would still be at least one assessor. Keep it simple. Correct.
So,
There
okay,
you
so.
go. Let's start coming to these anymore.
There is no lister anymore. We voted them out, or we didn't, previous people did. That's what I mean, we didn't. It was previously done before this meeting.
Call the order for people. So because we discussed the model request for abatement. Recommending a motion on that section. Just looked at it, there's no. I don't see anything that states lister. in that.
Yes, it's the second bullet point on.
No, that's the dip, we're going on to this.
Yeah, back to where we started, that way we can move on. We go down this section. Because we've already discussed this.
There's third from
Okay.
last week.
That because we created a confusion, I want to regain that. So. Looking for a motion to accept the BOC.
Model
for
request.
Abatement. The only change is, where it says municipality, it'll say town. And, this is.
Amy, I'm sorry,
For them to record.
sorry, I have a question. So in these subsequent pages, there are a few things that are different than what we've done. Are we, for instance, have we clarified the majority issue, the quorum issue?
We
And-
haven't done that part
We
yet.
haven't got down to that piece yet.
We're gonna go piece by piece.
Right.
Okay.
Because it turned into a lot of confusion,
We're going, okay,
so
fair enough.
just thinking that's the easiest. way
Okay.
to rein this back in, so. If everybody's in agreement for this to be the initial request for abatement, for anybody that is asking, well, have their taxes abated. Like a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All favorite?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
This has already been changed for the town hall. That's why I asked if you put that one in there, because that would show them,
So now you.
that's why. So that's what it looks like. It looks just like the one you're reading.
Julie's got the model decision, I'm trying.
Yeah, so where's the model decision?
That's the one in the middle of our packet.
Okay, go the next one back.
Okay,
For that.
yep,
All right.
three, right?
Model
Yeah.
decision, okay.
Bottom notice of this. Here.
I was done. You can do my rule.
Okay, got it.
Same thing right there. Halfway down, there's listers.
I was going by the one I thought you have on top right here.
Right, that's number 3.
Yeah, there's, so.
There's listers is that on that one as well.
Fourth
Fourth
one
one.
on my agenda.
Fifth one from the top over again.
Number 2. So rules of procedure looks like this.
So that's because this comes from the state.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know
So we
that,
could change.
In the future.
but then we have to,
It's still slash substance.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So
Yeah.
it's still on.
Don't worry.
I don't even see that one in here, dear.
Which one?
The rules of procedure.
Here it is, second page.
You find your rules of procedure.
I thought she got it written down in there, that.
So
We only have to do this one though.
So- I did rules of procedure.
If everybody's on the second page.
Are you guys all there?
Go ahead.
So on this, what, do you mind if I speak?
No,
So on this one, for municipality, I did pound. For A, for the blank, I did pound. B, I inserted pound.
What are you talking about? A, B, what's that?
When you go down your page, you have A, B, I don't know what it should be.
Page 2 of 3.
Page two of three.
Mine's on my one.
Yeah, I don't.
Start at the beginning. You'll see team out of order, payment rules of procedure,
Mhm.
is page 1, and then you're on page 2.
Procedure, purpose. No, yours, somehow yours is more condensed than with it. But, so, under purpose,
So that- right.
see, there's no line up. Design here.
yeah.
So however it printed off, it didn't print
Okay.
anything. Under purpose. And it's for the town of Powell. Under application. Provide applicant request. Rules of, see,
Yeah, you
we don't have.
So you get,
So you're not.
right, go by what you got.
Yeah.
I'll just fill in whatever is there.
Okay, so ours says, in the top, town of Powell,
Yeah.
which with green, so what you have there. Then this is where we do the form, majority of the members. The board of abatement must be present in order to hold abatement hearing. An alternate hearing may be held if the town treasurer. Majority of the lifters, and here again, we got to put it separate. On, under number 4 performance. Majority of select persons are present. A concurrence of the majority of those present at the hearing required to the grant. To grant an abatement.
Okay.
Well, it says a majority of the listers. What are we gonna do? Change that?
Listen, so wait, no, so
It's
the
different.
quorum, so do you remember a few meetings back?
Right.
We had a discussion because being that we didn't have rules, I always did the majority of the select board, majority of the justice, Ellen, Wendy. So we always had the majority. But then Ellen's like, well, it's a gray area, which was a gray area. And because I was not nice to her and told her, please be quiet, go back over there. It had a gray area where she was correct, and there is a gray area. So I contacted, because I did the first class, that VLCT. So this is what they said. It's, you have 2 choices, but I want us to pick which one we're gonna do. So going forward, we're not, we will actually be better at doing our
You
meeting.
don't have to spend 20 minutes trying to
Trying to
figure that
figure it
out.
out.
Mhm.
So according to VLCT, and I emailed them on April 16th, they said, thank you for reaching out. In response to the question, the quorum of the Board of Abatement, like that for the Board of Civil Authority, is a little different from most other public bodies. For the Board of Abatement, the quorum can be either one, the majority of the total members of the board, or the treasurer, a majority of the listers, or the majority of the select board. The law allows a decision to be made by a majority of a quorum of the board members present at a meeting. So we can either do the majority, or if this is how many we have, we can do a quorum.
That's what the second part says, concurrence of the majority of those present at the hearing required statement.
That's
Just a majority.
The majority of what was listed, number 4 would be taken out and replaced with the majority of the board of abatement that is present, if that's what.
If that's what we decide. So I wanna pick and choose because,
I would assume that would be the most desirable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
I think so, I think.
I think going forward, it would make it easier.
right.
Then we can at least be on time. We're not waiting and,
That's on plan.
Yeah.
It's common
The
sense.
problem is it's hard to get the 3 selectmen and Jacob, because every time, so our assessor, we would have to pay him for the, so we would have to pay him to come there. Every time we have to have BOA.
so.
Because Wendy couldn't fill in for him,
No.
because she's a clerk for him.
Right. She-
So-
Who's gonna verify that? She's a clerk, not a lister, she's not a.
Oh, that email.
Of that aggregate group, Julie, the Board of Abatement, this larger group, how many times has it been the case that you haven't been able to get there's been a majority of.
Well, I mean, 3 meetings ago, we had to wait for Mike to get here before he did.
It's a lot.
Sorry.
Seems-
So,
Yeah.
So that's
It
not
seems that
gonna
way
solve,
always.
this is not gonna solve that. We're still gonna have that.
No,
No,
No.
it's so.
With the majority of the members present.
in other words, instead of having 3 out of 5 select board members.
Right.
If only one shows up.
But there are enough of us otherwise, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's the aggregate group.
yes,
It's the quorum of the aggregate group, and the aggregate group is select board, it's
the treasurer.
treasurer
And
and the JP.
JP's.
Yep.
And the town clerk.
So if that's the will of the board, I'm gonna need a motion. For the majority of the total number of members on the board. For the treasurer, a majority of listers, which the assessor. So, and
Yep.
a majority of select board members. The law allows a decision to be made by the majority of the quorum of the board members. Per 24 VSA 15.
Okay. Can I get just a little bit of clarification? We have 2 choices. One
Just
choice,
listen, yeah.
okay,
One choice, we have to have.
a majority of each
Everybody
board.
here.
Yes.
Yes, or each board,
Like this be.
Plus your clerk and your
Right.
treasurer
or,
and the lister, or sorry, the assessor.
and the subject. Or
Or
you gotta have a majority of the board and the majority of the select board with the. Subject.
not the majority of the select board, just the majority of the
That
group.
entire group.
So we could have just,
That
as
entire group.
long as the clerk, treasurer, 1 selectman here and all of us justice show up.
It has to be here.
Correct, so does
It really
it.
has to be.
No,
here.
he had 2 choices, that's why I said
With
that.
the 2 choices, with, so.
As long as there's a majority of people here.
The majority of us are, how many JPs are there?
12.
12.
12, so 12 JPs, that's 12. Well, at least 13. I'm 14, the selectman is 5, is 17, the assessor is 1, is 18.
Yeah.
We need a majority of 18 people, of 18 of those people to be here to hold a meeting if we so choose to go that way.
Correct,
If we go the other way, we need 3 selectmen,
right,
the assessor, the town clerk, the treasurer, and
the majority.
the
of
majority, we need 7 JPs.
Correct.
So, yeah, with the first, thing, you need 10 out of 18.
Yes,
You need
Right.
10 out of 18.
Yes,
It's a no-brainer.
Form of those would be 10.
so.
The form of those would be 10.
it doesn't make sense to do it the other way, because then we're gonna have to pay the assessor to be here.
So if somebody wants to make a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Second,
Would you like the motion set out? You should have the motion out.
I'd like to make a motion on the second choice, majority of the group, or the board,
Majority of the JPs,
the J.
treasurer, clerk.
Yeah.
And one select board.
The majority of the board of
Abatement, yeah.
That's what it is, that percent.
just the board, the majority of all of the board of the bank. You know, specify that we need 1 selectman. Okay.
Well, I didn't know. That's what
Yeah,
you're
no.
asking.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I need 10 people.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Any other discussion?
We have enough here.
All in favor?
Against, yeah.
aye.
All opposed? Oh, quorum.
So
Our rule.
this majority of JPs would be
Sufficient,
6 or 7 JPs,
7,
7.
but
That's your
all
relevant.
12 of us could show up and
Right.
clear the treasurer, none of them are selectmen, and we could have a meeting.
Yes, right.
So that's an overall majority.
There.
No selectmen showed up.
You could still-
You can still have your meeting.
If you look at that situation, it's not uncommon for a select person to be a JP.
Right.
And so it's a double whammy when that person misses.
Correct.
Okay. That's part of this one.
Two people stay. Don't
Now that-
No one will
Oh, we already did that.
No, we haven't done notice of decision, did we?
No, that's what we got left. All right.
See,
Here we got for things. For Peter was a forum.
Yes. So in there. You'll have to notice.
Oh, yeah, we're switching the whole thing, we're not going to the rest of this.
No, we were continuing now.
Oh, I didn't know, I didn't know.
Yeah.
We're
Page
still,
2.
we're only on number 4 of 3
Yeah.
pages of stuff.
Oh.
Is the chair of the board? Is there a chair of the board or is there a chair of each meeting of the board?
I think it
We're
was,
gonna work on that too.
Yeah.
My thing is that it says it gives 5 days, but because of the mail, I always do it as soon as I know I have a meeting, so I like to at least give 2 weeks, even though it only says we only have to give 5 days because of the mail.
Where is that, Julie?
It's not-
Notice right toward the end,
You know, I have,
so
second to last sentence and notice.
Yeah, page 1 of 3.
it says at least 5 days. So you're
Yeah.
covered.
but I generally do 2 weeks because of the mail.
But that's fine, as long as you have 5 days to go.
Right.
It's 5 days, that's all I have, then you're legal.
And it says, in addition, at least one of the listers must have personal notes of the hearing,
Right, so that's gotta be changed.
So the clerk must have first.
Yeah.
not the clerk,
That's it.
the yes.
Excuse me, the assessor.
So one of the listers slash. Yes.
I always,
No, the assessor.
when I do agenda, it's like you guys just got reached.
Right,
I do the agenda, it automatically goes to all of us, goes to the justices, goes to the select board, assessor, clerk, and treasurer.
okay.
Always when I give notice. I do
Right,
an
and it
email,
should go to Jacob.
right, and I do,
Ah.
well, I send it to Wendy to forward to, but I can do that to go to Jacob also. So this is how, when I warn a meeting, this is how I do it generally, I throw it right down through, so.
The only reason I said do lister slash assessor, in case someday the town puts out on the ballot again to vote back in to have listers instead of an assessor.
We don't have
You
to
don't
do
have
this
to do
again.
it. Right, wherever it says lister, if you do slash,
Yeah, I got it already.
right?
Yep.
Yes.
Like kind of
Yeah.
I would like to make a motion and anything we were reading this evening that says lister, that we do lister slash assessors. So that way, if the town votes to change it back to having listers instead of an assessor, we do not have to do any procedures or policies, et cetera, for the Board of Abatement.
I'll second that.
Okay, yeah.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Reports it.
Oh. Interesting.
And I,
So, procedures next.
Thank you, Alan. A question again?
sorry. I've been thinking about this all day while I've been working outside. I also am wondering, since we're kind of putting this together today, are we really going to vote on these without seeing the final copies of them? Or are we gonna pull back together and actually vote the hard copies as a board?
So can I answer that?
Yeah.
So in 2 weeks, by the 13th, we have to hold our grievance or our recent grievance thing. So I can put that first before we start our hearings. I can.
I mean, for the Board of Abatement.
No,
I mean-
that's what I'm saying, for the Board of Abatement, before we start our hearings, we can do that part first.
Or you don't even have to, you can do your Board of Civil Authority that night if you want and finalize your stuff. The Board of Abatement, we can do next time we do, whenever.
We're voting on finalizing these right now and changing your listing of.
Yeah, but that's what you think that. Copies, do you
Right.
really wanna vote to, we're voting,
Till we-
we're going to amend them.
Right, how
But
to
you
change it.
really wanna say this is the final copy, what about if we proofread them?
She's saying I could be shady and put something.
Well,
No, but the typos,
Yeah.
we all need typos, we miss things when we're reading.
Where you
keep them before we're.
Right, where they place the period may make a big difference.
Thought that's-
You.
thought that's what we're doing right now, going down, reading them and then amending them, and then that'll be, in the only thing you're changing then.
And
I will just I'll do the final, I'll send out
and you
everything
don't have to.
to adjust.
Oh, that's fine. I'm just,
It's not unusual.
Right.
yeah,
No.
Okay. Let's go on.
The others.
It's gonna be fun.
Either, right?
Yep,
Are we moving on to page 2?
yep.
yep.
But it's the initial on the procedure.
No, who's gonna be the chair?
Yeah, that's.
Is-
I want to elect the chair,
Want to elect the chair?
yes, so that we don't have to elect the chair every weekend, every meeting. I want a chair and a vice chair tonight. So going forward, that all we do is come in and open, boom. We've never had it as long as I've ever been assistant or town clerk. So that's why I want something
Yes.
down.
Never seen it since I've done it.
They have a half an hour every meeting.
We never had it.
That's.
But we can.
Yeah, we
Right.
can,
And I
yeah,
want to
let's do it.
try because.
It'll save a half an hour every meeting,
Yeah, half an hour.
every meeting.
Right,
Yeah,
I'm trying to make it short,
So
so,
is that.
so I want, yes, I would like, not I want, I really want, but yes, a chair and a vice chair.
The wording here, Julie, is a chair or a temporary chair, is that,
No, we're doing chair and vice chair.
okay?
For how long?
It's-
Julie,
I'm lost.
Julie,
How long?
For a year or?
1 year?
Well,
For this cycle, how long does the cycle go?
justices on the ballot in November and we start all over in February, so. And you got a 2-year term, so. I would,
So for 2 years,
So we'll do it from now until February, and then you want to start in February, everybody regroups like.
Bring
the
people
board
in, I
does
see.
so every 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm just asking. to-
Nope, that's-
No, that's
Nope.
good.
I'm just, that's what I would like. So, copy pants.
Happy goes to Florida though.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I'm just gonna say that.
So who wants? You can't vote a chair if they're not here, so you're only present, so. I'm gonna say.
I nominate Cindy Brownell.
He read this packet, he knew.
No, I nominate Nels, yeah.
Can we nominate him if he's not here?
In
No.
a sense, yeah.
Okay. I nominate Jamie.
Wait a minute, don't we have to, like, we were gonna have a slate of choices? Is that what we're gonna do?
Nominate somebody else, yes.
We have to nominate the vice or the vice chair.
Did you recline
Decline.
or decline?
So we have two now.
All right, so sit. Well, all right. So first of all,
Now you can say any other. Because this is different than what we're doing. This is something, this is for.
This is just for chair, right?
yes.
This time you do it through.
So are there any other nominations for chair? We have Cindy and we have Jamie. Are there any other nominations for chair? Okay, so now what do we do?
So Jamie is chair right now, should, because he's nominated, he can't do that, yeah.
But. Now you're gonna have to. Either do a show of hands, or you gotta think and get pieces of paper, and people can write.
Can
down.
we
Can
make,
we just ask them which one wants it?
can we make
Okay,
it
Matt.
Both said they do.
Well, I know, but I mean,
chair and your vice chair?
it's all really up to them whether.
The effort into it.
Okay.
Very good.
So
You all right with that, Amy?
Yeah, I don't.
So
Fine.
nominate Jamie for chair,
Chair.
nominate Cindy for vice chair.
Yeah.
There you go. Now you- Yes, if there's any other nominations for either.
are there any other nominations for either the chair or vice chair going forward? Are there any other nominations going forward? Okay, all in favor?
Very
Opposed?
loud.
Abstentions?
I'm sorry, Jim.
Only you abstain?
Yeah.
All right, congratulations, you're gonna be chair, you'll be vice chair. All right, I'm
He didn't
gonna,
want to put seats.
I have to just step out.
oh, it's all right. Okay.
So that's a term here, or as the term.
Pointed out.
Yep.
We convene on the vote in February
Right.
at the first meeting of the new justices.
Yep, and then we'll start all over. again. And it does give you an eye.
Moving along on procedure.
Yep.
So it says each applicant requesting abatement will be afforded a insert time period minute hearing. 15-minute hearing, a half.
That's what we've always done, was 15 minutes.
I mean, if they have enough evidence and want to speak for 30 minutes, don't you think we should allow them to speak their mind without rambling on,
The
but
board can take and make that.
15
Right.
minutes is a long time.
it is, but
So
we don't want to cut somebody short either.
So generally, if I know there's ahead of time, because I would generally know if one will be quicker than the other.
Mhm.
So I've always put in the quicker ones and the ones that I think is gonna be longer, or that's gonna take more time. I generally, well, because I've been doing it for so long, it just,
Mhm.
I know, you know what I mean? But, I mean, I wouldn't cut them off,
Right.
you know what I mean?
So what are we gonna put in that parentheses?
Lot of time is if you're being.
So should we put
Right.
15 minutes? Is that long enough? I think that's a good long time.
15.
I'd have a heck of a time speaking for 15 minutes.
Yeah, we can put down in 15 minutes
And
for
then,
board's discretion.
Yeah.
have a discussion.
Right,
Or up to and
I don't know, because what if we,
I really don't feel like there should be any time limit. I mean, they're not gonna come in here and talk for 6 hours.
Right, if we're done.
Just let them speak their mind and be done with it.
Yeah,
Then we have to wait 15 minutes before we can open the next one.
No, generally, what that means is you're allowing them at least 15 minutes to state their case,
Okay,
is what.
So then
Reading
up
this.
to 15 minutes or?
Or discretion. But I mean, most people.
Some people talk really slow. Some, I don't think there should be any time limit.
Have you ever timed yourself?
The guy.
Yeah, but when I talk, I'm faster than some people, you know what I mean?
you're not.
People might have hard time.
Most people.
Yeah, we do get.
We've never had anybody talk more than 3 minutes.
One person at a time.
If we don't put no time limit down,
We don't put any time limit on?
no, because you either gotta put 15-minute time limit or no time limit.
I'd say
Even if you
15.
put no time limit, most people are 6 to 8 minutes.
Most, at the most.
Yeah.
I
But if
mean,
you turn around and put a time limit down, now
Yeah, they're
I
gonna.
was saying that, you know, and
They're gonna feel
somebody
rushed.
goes, oh my God, I could have turned around, but you only gave me 15 minutes to
Yeah.
heal my days.
Engineers are on the clock.
Just leave it blank. Just let them speak their case.
Like I say, the chair can say, hey, you're being repetitive, redundant,
Right.
we gotta move on.
Some-
I think we should
depends on the
leave it
chair. Some
open.
chairs are not as good
It
at,
shouldn't, I wouldn't put 15 minutes if you do put it in, I would give that.
Yeah.
If you're gonna put it, because half an hour is more than enough time to present your case.
And that, I mean, if you just leave it blank and the chair can, like you said, if it's redundant, we're
you
done.
could say, each applicant will be afforded a hearing.
Nelson's done it before in the past where he
Say this too, when,
makes a vote, it's over with.
say it depends on the chair, if you're sitting here hearing somebody being redundant, you can address the chair.
what you do is you say, can we call the question?
Yeah.
That's all you got.
Yep.
What's this, what?
Call the question.
Right.
For Robert's rules, if somebody's being,
yeah, there's
or multiple people.
one of them, we can't follow Robert's rules.
So
Engineers might talk longer.
each.
Exactly, but-
They're getting paid.
Right.
I mean, come on.
Abatement will be afforded you cross out certain time per minute and you just leave hearing like
Just, yeah,
Megan said.
yeah, just.
Each applicant requesting a maintenance not on C will be afforded a hearing.
Yep.
Just,
And then it continues, if an applicant does not appear, the board's decision is based upon any information submitted by the applicant with their abatement hearing request. Because if they have evidence, they should be submitting it with their form, and
Right.
we'll all have that before the meeting.
So we get to read it, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Did you find it, Jules?
What your times?
None. Just cross out insert time period minute,
A hearing.
all the way to the minute. Get rid of minute as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Without a time frame, because they'll have already presented their evidence, they're still gonna come in and speak. Because we may have questions on their evidence, and what if we have several questions, we don't wanna give a time limit. Because maybe we're gonna take up too much time,
Mhm.
and then what are we gonna do, stop asking questions after 15 minutes?
Yeah.
It depends on what they submit for evidence.
Common sense.
So the chair may exclude any irrelevant, unreliable, or unnecessarily repetitive evidence.
Correct.
Yeah.
So the chair may do that, and the chair really ought to, but sometimes the chair is tenderhearted or whatever, and doesn't want to
Keep it going.
Well, you can speak up and
move people along, so that's
Yeah.
when you call the question.
call the question, right?
I feel it,
All the question.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm cooking.
Yes. That old.
That should happen, you should disclose conflict of interest right up in front.
That's, I think so, not like, say, go through the meeting and then at the end,
Say I
I
abstain
abstain because I have.
Yeah.
You shouldn't even be, if you have a conflict of interest,
Right.
you should step out for the, say,
For
for
that.
three hearings. You should step out for that. If there's a conflict, you shouldn't even be
Right.
discussing or putting in any output because there's a
Any-
conflict.
So can we?
You know, I mean, like the one time that I did do that was, it was my neighbor. I didn't want to vote against him.
Right.
And
I
you feel you have a conflict, then you're done.
You're right.
It's your,
Yeah,
You're right,
But-
absolutely right.
Right in the beginning.
Correct.
I mean, I would want to hear the arguments and possibly argue against what other people are saying.
yeah, but it's not your
that's
place.
the conflict.
Yeah, it's not your place to argue.
It's not your place to argue back. That's the whole idea of the whole form at the very beginning that they're submitting.
If they, yeah, they don't,
And they have to present their case for not to argue back.
Right.
They are.
no, I'm not saying arguing with
No,
them.
I know.
No, but
That's where this
Seems like,
let me say this, I believe if your neighbor wants to use you as
Witness.
a witness, it should be on that form.
Right,
Right, and then you would be, you wouldn't be sitting here as a board member to vote, you would be a witness.
you would state that you're a witness for someone's case.
so basically, we're sticking to those, what were they, nine
Yes,
points, and if person, so he should not even have made it as far as the abatement hearing is.
everybody has a right to come to the hearing and present the reason they have.
Their personal reason.
Everybody, they have a right to request an abatement.
So why would they even bother though, if there's not gonna be any?
Because it's their right. If they can find a reason, they fall under one of those nine.
Can we-
Be the nine things, yeah.
What? Then.
So you're saying move 3 above 2, that way in case the board member has a conflict or don't win, they would take the oath off.
Right.
Right,
That makes sense.
yes, switch them around because of.
And they would be sitting over there night.
Right.
No. And see, then that's why we're doing it, because if you look at the next one, it's ask the applicant if they've received a copy of the board's rules, now we're going.
Right, right.
With their request form for abatement, and they'll know what's gonna happen.
Right. And they already get that form anyways.
But
Yeah,
not,
we never,
we haven't had a procedure for,
never done it, that's why we're adopting them.
Well, no, we send it to them after, that's what it is.
that's the decision.
Since we're dotting i's and crossing t's, if you're moving 3 above 2, should there be a added statement? The select board member to close conflict of interest. Anyone with a conflict of interest is expected to recuse him or herself, or some statement to that effect.
I guess I don't really,
Isn't that what you just said, Ellen? Anybody who has a conflict of interest who's not a witness should remove themselves from the meeting.
You should.
Well, should there be a sentence indicating?
I mean, just because, is that a conflict of interest that this person is your neighbor? They've never lied to you in a million years, and you know they're not a liar, they're a
No,
very honest
First would
person.
be like you farming or hunting.
Yeah.
And,
But we share, it's some kind of money thing.
Or it's your family,
Yeah,
Right.
sure, yeah.
if it's your best friend.
anyone with a conflict should
So-
remove, or, yes, I do think
It's very simple, if you have a conflict.
you
If
should
you're
just have
defending the
it.
reason right now, Megan, that's a conflict.
If you have any doubt, just recuse
It's
yourself.
If you're questioning if it's conflict, it means it's a conflict, because you're trying to find a reason why it isn't. I'm not saying you did anything wrong, Megan, I'm just saying that's how you know that it's a conflict. Taking classes.
They were very clear on that and that training we did as well. For any reason at all, if you even think it is, just recuse yourself.
I think we should.
Yes. I've done all the training, been here a very long time. If you're questioning it,
Right,
it's a conflict.
One thing you wanna remember. Let's say it's one of us that's asking for the abatement, just because we've served on the board together, doesn't mean that that's a conflict.
Exactly.
No, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Just because he's a neighbor doesn't mean it's a conflict either. It's just, you know.
but
I'd like to be present if there's any discussion, is what I'm trying to say.
and you could be, it's just, but you also stated that,
That you wanted to possibly argue the
right,
board.
state something for, and
That's a conflict of interest.
It's a conflict.
and that creates a conflict while you're sitting on the board.
Because our
Or-
discussion is
Can you
when we go,
explain from the conversation?
Right.
Okay, well.
I make a
figure it
motion
out.
that we add a sentence.
Mhm.
May I do that?
Yes, I did that.
Add a sentence. A board member with a conflict of interest should recuse him or herself
From that,
from
From-
that
from-
portion of the meeting or from that meeting.
from that
Abatement.
person steering,
Right,
from
that-
that
hearing.
hearing, or however it needs to be worded, well,
there's
Okay, so.
I'll second
Oh, we're adding it.
right,
Okay, that will be changed. And we're moving it up so that you don't. So you know. right
Recuse him
now.
or herself from that hearing. That would be fine.
It would be nice if we could say him or herself, wouldn't it?
Mhm. So I have a.
Did you go in executive session?
We always have such
Any more discussion?
sexist language.
All in favor?
I,
Oh,
I have another. And E, for asking applicant if they have received a copy of the board's rules of procedure and whether they have any questions about the hearing. Will proceed. And I don't know, and I don't know the answer to this, but sometimes if an applicant isn't given certain, information, I'll say, that may not be the right word. Sometimes things are automatically granted.
I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you failed to inform them of their rights by
That right to proper procedure.
the problem of knowing the proper procedure.
but isn't it your mail?
Yeah, but
You
that's-
send it out to them, you're sending the packet to them when they get their notice, correct?
Just get their.
Right, and is there, who verifies that, there's gotta be a way that it's verified that you send it out, like, do you?
Well, I have to-
Bridget,
No, I'm-
yeah,
That's what that question is for.
Certified mailing.
correct, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
certified mail, but,
You
So the question is, do they read it?
that?
well, that's on that one.
But don't,
I know, I'd be like, oh, God.
In certified mail, they have to sign for it, correct?
yes.
Yeah.
So there you
Doesn't
go.
mean they read
It
it.
doesn't mean that the packet was in there legally, that's what I'm saying.
There's a guy people were upset with in this town, that if you sent him certified mail, he knew that the town was after him, so he wouldn't go get it. He wouldn't sign for it, he wouldn't go get it. I don't want to be here all
Is that Patrick Gray?
Things you remember.
Yeah.
No names, but I do. If I know the person and as long as I'm here, I send it certified and regular mail.
And the attorneys will tell you to do
I have done that. I worked for the town for 24 years. And that's how I've done it from day one. It's extra work, but I do it so that they can't say we didn't get it.
CYOA.
You have
What are you
to.
suggesting, Hap, that statement be eliminated completely?
No.
I know. The answer is that there is, and
You want to say that?
if you
Wanna wait
mess
for
up certain things.
Yeah, I think, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I hear you, yeah.
So I don't know, I find.
No, they should get, so what has happened previously, if someone comes in and asks for an abatement, 9 times out of 10, they come and see me.
There you go.
And I show them, here's your reasons, this is how you can, And I go through this with them in my office, they know before they come in, so, but now we're making it so they have a hard copy of our procedures, so they know what's gonna happen.
Maybe moving forward, you can make them sign off saying that they got it. Maybe we can make a
Well,
form.
it's in the next page.
Right.
On the next page,
The last week.
We can have something with the signature page, we can make something.
Right.
That a signature page.
That's what I mean, if they sign up.
Here, we hand them the whole packet, here's your information.
Sign here that you received it,
Right.
because then it doesn't matter about the mail.
But that's why I'm saying, we need to see that to vote to approve all this
Right.
stuff, you know. Because I knew.
No, I think it's important to, number 5, ask the applicant to identify the statute. That if we ask them right there in the meeting, then.
Well, that
That doesn't.
that they initially fill out.
Yeah,
But we're making, because we do Zoom meetings.
yeah.
Everybody in Zoom does not know that all this is a lot of the time, so that's why you're still asking them, basically what all this is doing is. Following their application, or letting the public know why we're here.
Yeah.
I got 2 things.
Okay, hold on, we got off topic, we need to vote on that last one.
Need to vote on, what are we voting on?
About making them sign for it?
No, we're talking about the recusing themselves from.
Oh, that one. Okay.
We did it, sorry.
So Dave went, Carl seconded, we
Yeah.
had some discussion.
Yeah.
Now we're coming back to the vote.
Yes.
A board member with a conflict of interest should recuse him or herself from that hearing.
Yes,
And so
You-
all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
As far as what I
Alright.
would it be in our best interest if you made a call to the Vermont League of Cities and Towns and bring that up?
sure.
Further proceed,
Bring what up?
the paperwork, number 4.
fact that if somewhere in this procedure, we do not follow them correctly, that the abatement is automatically
Brandon?
granted.
Well, I can tell you,
Yeah.
going forward, if somebody comes in and they go to Ellen and I always work together when it comes to that. I'll be like, here's your packet, da, 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 da. And then you're gonna sign this form that you received it.
I like them signing a form. It's, all the other stuff aside, it's gone. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have it witness.
Yes.
Okay, that, do we need to vote on that, the form?
That needs to be a motion.
I move that we,
You gotta play the lawyer's game.
I move
Right
that,
then and there, it's over with.
wait, I move that we present the, candidate for the applicant with a, when they come in to discuss abatement, that we present them with a form that says they received
They get the
the
packet.
procedure,
It's part of the packet.
the.
Page 1. Sign here.
Oh, no, you know, that, the rules of procedure and the list of.
List of everything that they're going to get.
Also. Good idea.
We'll work on that together too.
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh,
Okay, moving right along.
ask the applicant to identify the statutory abatement category that abatement request is being made under. These categories are put out. 24. Right.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah,
That's
That was-
right up
we
front.
voted on in the beginning.
Those 9 steps, sorry to go off topic, not off topic, but
No, go ahead.
it's on, but who made up these, is that state?
The state.
The state, okay, yeah, all right.
Those are the only reasons
Yeah,
why.
okay.
And they just recently added the sewer not that long ago.
Right.
The sewer, you would never be able to.
Like, we could never change that, it's just
And
that's it, okay. That's statewide statute.
Yes.
24 BSA,
Yeah,
okay.
Everybody understands that?
Yeah.
Number 6. Allow the applicant to present verbal documentary evidence, recordings of abatement plus the board.
Should we request that any documentary evidence be presented before the meeting,
They are,
prior to the meeting?
that they do,
Okay.
part of the package.
The application.
Yep.
Without the application, we're not calling it BOA meeting.
Okay.
So we'll all be have a chance a month prior, like Julie does.
Then we'd be inviting question after they present there, we invite questions from the board.
Yeah.
Close the hearing, explain that the board will enter. We're in a session and will issue a written decision within 30 days.
So in the past, we've made it, but in the past, we've done decisions right then and there. So not supposed to. So
It's clear.
like we always did votes.
Right,
Right,
but we need general, but that's saying that we have up to 30 days.
Correct. So
I don't
going
think
forward,
Issue a written decision, but I think.
going forward, no vote.
I think you recuse them because it makes it kinder.
Mhm.
And then you have a right to discuss as a board what they
Right.
delivered. This has been in our hearing packet forever. I've read it every page a million times. We should, it makes it kinder, it makes it nicer. They don't feel uncomfortable while we're discussing, because they've already presented their case. We've asked them a million questions.
Right.
Now, as a board, you have a right to discuss things.
So ask me to
So
start.
that'll all still be live, so they can go back and watch it.
No,
So that's not. gonna-
once you know, because you're closing it and deliberative session is not live.
Right.
And you can't take
Similar to
no.
an executive.
And you don't take notes and you don't make it. We can come back out of deliberation and present our, and make a motion to accept or not accept.
Mhm.
You know, to abate, not to abate, that's the words I'm looking for, right then and there. But the written notice has to be to them.
Within 30, okay.
Mhm.
Before we finish on this, just very briefly, because it's an opportune time to mention it, some of you will remember my frustration after one of the meetings, and I emailed a couple of you about procedure, and I would like to suggest, and it doesn't have to be written into this, obviously, a couple of tweaks to the discussion consideration portion of the meeting, though now that this will be after the person has been excused, it will be easier. My frustration has been with discussion or lack of discussion or awkwardness of discussion. And I think there's an easy way to make that more productive. And I would suggest that we agree that the chair of the meeting, not the chair, sorry, that the person who makes a motion on the abatement issue simply be expected to say why he or she is making that motion, what the rationale is. Simple as that. Rather than just I make the motion.
Mhm.
And after that, I think it would be wise for the chair of the meeting to say, okay, with that motion made, is there anybody on the other side of the issue, anybody who's anticipating voting against it, who would like to speak to the issue?
Well, that's
What deliberation is for.
Well, okay, then let's plan to do the deliberation, because that's been lacking.
And.
That's why they're going forward.
I perfectly agree with you in that motion, when we come out, if we're gonna make it, we are supposed, and what makes it cleaner now, and some of this is all, some of your email and other stuff Julie and I have discussed, because I get frustrated in these meetings, because the application is going to literally specifically state what reason 1 through 9 they're picking.
Right.
Right,
That's-
so there is no other discussion except whatever reason they pick, so if they.
Do we agree
If
with
they
it?
picked the wrong one, it is what it is.
we
No,
go-
I know, but if they pick item 7, whatever it is, and Megan says, well, yeah, but within the confines of item 7, I don't think that John Jones is being treated fairly. She ought to have the chance to say that. It will be easier for her to say that without in deliberating.
Yeah.
And I think we should expect and respect each other enough so that a person can say that and get that out on the floor. Then when the vote is when I'm ready to vote, I've heard why the motion was made. I've also heard if there is an objection to the motion. It's not personal, it's just, it's a disagreement. Now I can make an informed decision rather than sitting on my thumbs and thinking I ought to abstain because I don't really get it, but I don't know why someone. So I would like to just suggest that we plan to do that. It doesn't have to be written in there.
It's right here.
I don't know if I'm being confused. Typically, if you get a motion, let's say you make a motion.
I make the motion not to abate.
Nobody here seconds that motion. It's dead.
Right, but let's say it does get seconded.
Okay, so it gets seconded. After you make a motion and it's seconded, then discussion.
I'm saying there
At
has not,
that time, you could say you're against that motion, you can say whatever the hell you want.
Right,
that's true,
but
but
you're right, we
my
haven't
experience
in a
has been
long
that
time.
either it's people are not comfortable or it's too streamlined or for one reason or another, that hasn't.
And that's
Happened
why,
as easily.
and that's why she's saying we need to go into deliberation and not make a decision. within the next-
Deliberative session.
And the
Correct.
reason why people aren't saying anything is because no, the person making the motion and the applicant that came in. Didn't really specify any reason to be here.
Mhm.
We've cleaned that up with the application.
Right.
So the discussion, we're not gonna discuss 9 reasons,
We're
we're
not.
only gonna discuss one.
The one they picked, that's it.
Right.
That's it.
Yep.
Then the motion is going to literally say. Either you make a motion to abate because you agree with the reasoning the applicant submitted.
Right. I hear you, that narrows it down, but
Narrows it down, but all of the discussion will happen in a deliberation, and you're right, we should be able to say. What you need to say or ask what question you need to ask without feeling.
and that will be a good deal easier without having that in front of us.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely,
And it's a lot easier on the applicant.
and then it's
because-
in here. This is all in there,
Okay.
in our book.
We just haven't been following it.
It's been on our agendas for our,
We've
it's
done
been
it.
on our previous, but most of the
I've only
time,
been
we
to a few meetings, so
Right.
I've only been here for a few meetings.
don't go into deliberative.
Correct.
Because,
I've never been in.
yeah, I was gonna say, we haven't done deliberative in a long,
Right.
but it is on our
Every
agenda,
time.
Executive session.
right?
And
I mean, it is
Then what am I-
deliberative if
I would vote
necessary.
to any.
That's how when I do it on my,
Had something to say that they say. You know, if they got questions, that's why you're here. Ask.
Well, I mean, that's what a chair should be doing is, bringing it up. Like, that's all that he was saying is.
The chair's not gonna be.
Now's the time to,
Right.
I agree with you, Hap, and I think probably everybody is, but this will make it a good deal easier.
yes.
Be my.
But now we have a steady chair, so now that chair knows that once the applicant has presented and we've asked the applicant questions and everybody's done, and we're just talking in circles,
Yeah,
then the chair can say, I'm looking for a motion
yeah,
to go into deliberation at this time. Can I have a motion?
good.
please?"
That's what I
Then
think.
somebody's gonna motion, I motion to go into deliberation, with the board here, and we will have the applicant step out, and we will notify you within 30 days of our notice, and we vote to
Yeah.
go into.
And if we're doing that and we happen to have 3 cases that in front of us on a given evening,
We're gonna go into deliberation 3 times.
for each time.
For each time.
Right. We always do one case at a time.
Yep,
Yes.
thank you.
So the other applicants will be sitting here while we're in deliberative session?
No.
You'll have to make all 3 of
Yeah.
them, or if there's 3 or 4 or 5.
We think. We should have one applicant, if we have 3, the first one comes in and the other 2 sit out there.
I've never
It's
seen,
nobody else's
we
business.
usually do that, don't we? I've never.
Now everybody just comes in.
everybody.
Yeah, I've been in here, had multiple
I guess-
cases.
I don't think.
They come in.
Absolutely.
For me.
Right.
If they don't want to be in people's business, they can step out.
Mhm.
The deliberation is only for the board. That's why I said when we make the motion to go into deliberation, whoever makes that motion needs to say. The board of abatement will be going into deliberation, the applicant and any visitors. And Zoom will
Leave.
shut off maybe, I don't know what, however, the meeting will be,
Right, the meeting is,
the hearing will be closed, not adjourned.
right.
The hearing will be closed and we will be going into deliberation. We will resume for the next applicant when we're done with this deliberation.
Right.
Yes.
We got-
Because we
Yeah,
can't,
just keep it as,
This, it will be
concrete
easy.
like that,
Once we
really
do it one
formal.
time,
Yes,
we'll
it's
get
the same as when we go in executive session.
exactly.
Same executive session. I keep saying executive session.
yeah.
same thing.
Same thing.
So,
Okay. Motion on the floor.
Or I didn't need a.
So number
No.
6, if you're gonna make an amendment.
Right.
Yeah.
These rules may be amended by, I say, majority vote of the Board of Abatement,
Yeah,
because that's how we do everything, we
Yeah.
have to do everything by.
Where are we?
You're on the same page as number 6. Right there.
Adopted
By the majority.
They're adopted by the majority, they should be changed by the majority.
and held on such date.
Yeah, and that's where the chair of the Board of Abatement would be Jamie, and he
Today,
can sign off on that, but he don't sign off on that when we have our meeting.
We're adopting them today.
Well, yes, but we're gonna have to vote on the final copy.
Yes.
But yeah,
Right, but for the,
Well, he can't sign it because we don't have a clean.
no, I'm just saying that I wanna
She wants to-
accept that we're accepting these rules of procedure today.
Pending the clean copy.
And
yeah,
You know what I mean?
and the final written copy.
so Cindy is the vice chair on a particular meeting, we've gone into deliberation after, and there are 3 cases where we've heard the first one, we've gone into deliberation. We're required by the statement to have a written decision within 30 days of the hearing. Is Cindy gonna come back out and say at that point, if we've made a decision to John Jones?
Yeah, make a decision in deliberation, you have to come back out and make the motion, come here.
Right.
The board.
No motions can be made.
So John Jones was, okay,
Then John Jones can step back in here. If John Jones stayed for deliberation, we're gonna have him not be standing right up there, because this building is not.
Well, that's the question I was gonna ask, so. if
They
we're
would
gonna-
have to be outside, they would have to go outside, they can wait in their vehicle, they can take a walk, but. And we're not,
but the 30-day written decision doesn't preclude or doesn't take the place of announcing the decision.
That's just a legal.
no matter what we do, that written decision is done every meeting, Julie sends them a written decision.
Let me help you out a little bit. It's like the select board, when they go into executive session. When they're in there, they cannot make decisions. And they have to do the same thing. They discuss when they come out. And they may say they aren't making a decision, or they are, and there's a motion made and seconded. So it's not done in the dark. If they did that in executive session,
And maybe I might be wrong, and I think Julie should catch up with that, because we are not an executive, we're in a deliberative.
Deliberative session, which means.
We may be able to make that decision in there and then, and do the motion, me
Well-
thinking again, because it's not an
But it might be
executive.
just like development review board, where we go into deliberative session. We render our decision, and then our decision is that people are notified in writing of our decision.
Right, and you don't have to come back out and make the
Make
motion,
the
am I
motion.
correct? Okay, see, I got that mixed
That's what
up,
it was
because
saying.
I'm thinking executive,
And the other thing with
that's
deliberative,
why we keep talking.
let's say that for some crazy reason. And I can't fathom why we would ever have this. Our deliberations go into 2 days. We can just stop. Come back, we don't have to rewarn the meeting, because we're still technically in deliberations.
We would never go to deliberate.
I understand. Oh, I understand.
Maybe shoot somebody first.
If somebody would die.
It shouldn't take us 15 minutes to deliberate.
I agree with you.
Once presented all evidence and the reason,
We've already had our chance. That's what.
There's the rest.
and you had your chance to ask questions, maybe there's like 1 or 2 little questions.
So for all the people, I see it a lot, people saying, why is everything always an executive decision delivered? It's no different than a courthouse. They do the same thing, correct?
They do
Right.
this.
That's all, I just thought, the only point I wanted to make.
Right.
That's why I said it. We're on it, we're on air.
So that, and Julie doesn't even have to check it, because deliberation, we can do it in deliberation, can't do it in executive.
Correct.
So this is a
And
deliberation, and
that's what it-
she's going to send it to them in writing.
and the state said- The state said.
Yes.
I get you.
and I do believe that, and I don't, like us here, if we got into a situation and we couldn't resolve it that night, you can make a motion, have a second to do a continuance of that.
Right, you're gonna close the deliberation.
Of that particular
Especially if we have 6 applicants sitting here, maybe we have to. And we can close it and go right back into deliberation after we hear the other 5 applicants.
Well, that's the question I was thinking about.
In the bank.
Could we, but I guess that's a decision that we make. At that.
Or can we hear all? The only problem with hearing, say we have 3 applicants.
We get confused.
You do them one at a
You
time,
do
don't
one
even.
at a time, because if you want to hear all of the applicants at one time, you're gonna get.
And then maybe we just put a limit on how many people we see.
Uh-uh.
No, what I'm getting at is,
You can't when it comes time to, when we do our recess or.
no, but what I'm getting at is there's
That's
more.
Gonna be too many people.
Board of Civil Authority.
Right.
Right, but what I was getting at was, if we had, for God's sake, let's say we had 10 people that wanted to abate,
Yeah.
we don't have to have 1 meeting for 10 people, we could have 2 meetings for 5
And
people.
we've done that before.
As long as,
Yeah, back-to-back days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's all I'm getting at.
not for abatement,
no, what-
No.
that's Board of Civil Authority.
Yeah.
Not for abatement, abatement never has 10 people.
no.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying,
Yeah, but I do understand, if it is, we can.
That's the voice of experience, I mean. We don't have to, yeah, I
okay,
mean, well,
but that's,
You're.
we never have that many people.
Changes that the board has made tonight
I'm gonna do,
upon receiving a written.
Take this one.
Whole written document.
26.
Don't wanna be guilty of prolonging or mentioning something after the fact, but one little nitpicky thing. Way back under A on the procedure, if Cindy, if Jamie and Cindy were not here. We have to have a temporary chair, right?
correct, the board would.
So if in,
But we could vote him in at that night.
yeah, but in that statement, under A on page 2 of 3 procedure, second sentence should read, if the chair or vice chair. And vice chair are absent, a temporary chair. You should just add and vice chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, okay. I'll need to revote that, that's the clarification.
Bank is. You may open. To accept these. Corrections, additions, whatever you want to call it. Contingent on. Hard copy reflecting these changes, that's the change. Would be the problem. And I'll make that.
Second.
Motion a second, and more discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
So Julie emailing us the stuff would be, and then if we had any questions or
Yeah, do you have any other questions?
catch any typos, we can tell her.
But so do we have to come back and vote on that? We have to come back and vote on it. Next meeting.
Next meeting.
The next meeting that we had,
Yep.
we can vote.
And we can do it for 2 minutes before.
Yeah,
Board of Civil Authority, you guys talk, as long as you have. We open that meeting and we accept everything, so if you find a typo or something we discussed and got put in
Beforehand.
incorrectly. Or you don't like the form of the letter that they're gonna sign off that they received their whole packet. You need to speak before that meeting, so
Correct.
just send, pop Julie an email and say, hey, Julie, not everybody, because people can't have discussion in emails, that's breaking open meeting law. So you would just email Julie your findings, like, hey, I found, 3 typos on page 2, can you please go fix these, boom, boom, boom. Email and say, hey, Ellen. Let Julie know, because I'll help her, but we'll work on it. She's better. Between the 2 of us, and I told her, we'll just let her in. But if you don't like that letter, you're gonna sign off on, because that's the one thing we don't have a hard copy of here, say something. So that it can be fixed before we pull the meeting and set something, that way we're not sitting here. Yeah, because your other stuff will be timed.
Okay, before, you wanna move on to the next, Board of Civil Authority?
So are we done on this one?
Well, I've got one thing I'd like to bring up, and I apologize, I've studied all this stuff. But having served on the Board of Adjustment from my experience, you may ask for, I don't know, whatever the number is, $2,000 abated because you lost your garage. And where I'm going with this is, we have done that, but we did not grant the full $2,000. We did a partial abatement, and that's what I want to make sure we don't lose in here, because it depends on what time of the year, if you have a fire, you've lost the use of your home or your garage or whatever. You see what I'm saying?
But that is part of the deliberation.
Right.
That is in, when we go into deliberation, that can be part of it, because they had a fire, that is a reason for abatement.
We did do that at the last one.
We
Lady had a fire. It was a certain amount of time from till their taxes or from her taxes and all that stuff. And we
Yeah,
discussed it with Ellen and
They literally voted to not refund the school portion of their taxes that they lost and only refund the town portion.
right.
So an X amount of checks.
Their kids still went to the school, so.
Because we'd already paid all the, you know what I mean, listen,
You want to make sure we have that flexibility.
we still have that flexibility, that is still, but that is the board's right. And somewhere, the only other thing I have, Julie, is somewhere in the main drag of things, just to be aware and read our abatement thing and see if I am incorrect. It says in there for BOA's decisions are paid.
Yes,
I didn't see that stated in any of our procedures, but it is final. There's no place for them to go. I think there was one, somebody did try, there's a little law thing in there, but they're final.
That's what I was asking at the beginning, whether they can go, if they don't like our decision. Okay,
It's final, so if we say we're not.
I know it's
2020
somewhere in our packet.
Yes.
it's in this,
It's in the handbook, yes. So they can't come back in again and ask for 2022 taxes.
It's in our handbook.
No.
but it's gotta be somewhere in the
packet.
packet that gets handed to the constituent.
yeah.
Right, they need to see that.
The letter that we sign off on.
No,
Correct.
and they get it, they should be these.
Procedure thing.
All sales are final.
But also just so that when we do our packet. I know it's somewhere in our.
I think it goes, you know, the 9 reasons?
Yeah.
Under there somewhere,
looking for.
it should say all decisions are by.
As long as it gets handed to them and they sign off stating that they received the packet.
But somewhere in there, and I know it's right around where the 9 reasons are in this. Thing.
It also says.
Anyway, just so you know that, it is in our handbook, so there's no problem, it doesn't really have to be in there, but I just want you aware.
At the end of the statement signed by the chair of the Board of Abatement also is the bullet point, decision may be appealed to Superior Court.
Is that,
Yes.
is that
Decision of the, yeah,
Board of Abatement or?
yeah, no, Board of Abatement.
From the Superior Court.
But it also says in here they're fine,
Okay.
so I don't know.
That's what
Yeah.
this says. Rule 75 of the Vermont.
Right, they can appeal up there, but they can't come back to
Right,
us.
okay, no, just as long as.
So
Right.
so they can go up there.
Right,
It's
state.
no for us.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That we're clear.
That clear.
And sometimes we have,
Sorry, that's what I'm trying,
that's where she's coming from. And somebody may try to go
they
back.
have tried to go.
But we've already voted on. Years prior, so we have to remind them that this is just, whatever, with this block of 2 or 3 years, they're behind at this point.
I lost me.
And because I've been here for so long, I know that. But.
I mean, that's fine. It's, you do a good job.
Nothing you can do about that in the board.
I don't know.
Nobody knows.
You're alone.
So
We should have our.
are we ready to?
No, I gotta find them. I just thought I lost them.
Am I done?
You're done.
And you're all set. Thank you very much.
much.
Sorry, Ellen. Okay, abate.
Thank you, guys. Thank
you.
Abatement, tax bills.
Thank you.
Hold on, paper.
Bye-bye.
Abatement. Mine looks different. Is
I
that
know
right?
your book's
The
different.
rest has to.
No, wait, I think that looks the same.
That's.
Hold on.
Yep.
That looks the same. Now, for Christmas sakes, give me a minute. But that's what I got, that's the BCA.
That's a,
I don't have anything.
yeah, so it's a reproperty tax.
How can I tell this son of a chicken is different?
That's not appeals hearing. Yeah, that, it's, that, for whatever reason, that's different, but. That's here.
I don't know,
Why?
I don't know. This is the one I got in class, that's why.
Okay.
Because when we did that
Okay,
painful
And look
class,
at this. See, this is 25 on it, you
Yeah.
rule,
24, okay.
that's why,
Because I'm like, I know I didn't.
that's why. I'm gonna read
So
here,
I got this in the class,
yeah,
because that's how I ended up doing all that stuff. Right now, I'm find the rest of my paper.
yeah.
Whatever.
Winner. Are you ready to take, let me know when you're ready to take.
BCA. Or. I'm trying to find myself.
Hey,
Of what back?
of the
Board of Civil.
model rules and procedures, for BCA property.
But is that,
Assessment.
in our
appeals
folder?
here.
I don't know.
Our packet.
It's in Board of.
No, you're on the next, but that one.
One of three.
Yeah, underneath,
That's a big one.
but that one. The whole packet. The whole thing. Yeah, underneath that one there, nope, go one more.
I got more civil authority. Tax assessment, people, anything. I don't have any of that. I
Yeah,
don't either.
none of us have that.
Okay.
I haven't been here.
Unless it's in the big packet here.
Is it in the big packet?
Do we have our,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's all they.
The other on the meetings are.
is it in our? Can I borrow this?
Sure, have it,
Can I?
have it.
Authority tax.
Yes. Assessment appeal here.
This one right here.
There's nothing in there for, it's just frequently asked questions or stuff.
But that's not, let me go make copies of this,
Okay.
because this would be a.
Yeah, it's not in there. That's just questions. We don't have that one. Getting it.
I thought this was gonna be so easy.
That's what you
and
told me.
just-
Yeah. Why am I
Yeah,
answering on fire?
Yeah. oh my good gracious.
Oh, God.
It's all right, Julie.
It's, calm down.
Just, we only have to go through this once.
Every
Thank
year.
God.
That's why we're doing
Every 2 years.
it. To do this, we really should have all basically, maybe short a little bit, but that's about it.
What you can do.
I've never, like I said,
I really like the,
outside, well, town court area. since
You were the
14.
select board forever.
We've
Oh, God.
never had any of this stuff.
No,
as
we
far
haven't.
as the new packet, the way that the application, all that stuff, that's gonna streamline everything.
Yeah.
Because
Yes, it is. Yep, you're doing.
we're not gonna have to sit down and figure out
The-
everything. It's already figured out for us. We just make a decision on their case.
Correct.
End of story.
Yeah.
We don't argue it. We
No,
just
no, I can-
look at the facts and make us.
You're gonna get new packets and stuff for the next.
I don't think an assessment figure a lot of debate.
Oh, sorry.
It's gonna,
I'm gonna take this.
it's gonna
Yeah, I
make
just-
figure a lot.
Right.
Abatements,
So if,
This one's the conflict.
can we ask questions about that now? Like, if somebody questions their tax assessor, assess the value. Who pays for the reappraisal?
So there is a.
Does the town pay for that
There
again?
is a reappraisal fund that they do.
The state?
So yes, every year that they pay towards it, but right now, so they are doing, they've already been out and done some assessments. they're gonna schedule their meeting. It's like the tax appeal or the tax assessment that we're gonna do in 2 weeks. Because we just did the grand list. So the changes, if you got current use or tax, a zoning permit and it changed your thing. So they had to do the grievance. So they did their grievance. They don't like the decision of the grievance from Jacob. Then they can request the BCA. And that's what we have a couple of them doing. My next meeting, but I didn't want to do it yet because I needed confuse you once and then I'll confuse you the next day. But so after that, they come to the BCA. Then we have to hold it here because that's where we listen to their tax assessment and stuff. Then we make the decision. And
After that,
And after that,
if you
they don't like it. Then
can
they
you get your own adjuster? Or do you have to follow
But you-
suit?
Ken,
say, during the process, because the biggest thing, if you're gonna appeal the value of your home, is if they screwed up on the square footage, you know, I'm not, the year of it, blah, blah, blah. But that is one of the tools you use to go to make that appeal in the beginning. If you can go hire another individual or corporation to do an appraisal of your property.
Wait, so when we do it, though, isn't it where we have to send out 3 people to
Yeah.
go? So then we do the hearing, then we have to schedule 3 people. That 3 set, that will go out and do an inspection. They can go in, that's where they can go in the inside and whatnot. And then then you 3 make your report, then you bring the report back to the board. And then we go from there.
And then Jacob will be involved in that portion?
No, no, Jacob's already been done. You already been through Jacob, you're to us now.
Right, you're
But you
gonna,
can bring, if you wanted to, as your evidence, if you had an appraisal done 6 months ago, you can bring it to us because your job so you are
Yeah,
asking,
yeah,
it's your job to prove us wrong.
correct.
So if you have an appraisal that says this and we say that, that's when you bring
So
your
that
evidence.
being said, if I prove you guys wrong, do you pay for my reappraisal that I paid for?
No.
Because their reappraisal,
Yeah.
their appraisal $600, $700, $800 now, $1,000.
No.
That would be a civil legal action.
Yeah,
But one thing you wanna keep in mind, if you go through
Hey,
that
I'm so
process,
sorry.
you send 3 people to your property. And you build a 20 by 20 garage out there to work on vehicles and it ain't showing up on the cards. Then
Gotcha.
they can put that on the cards and instead of your taxes going down, it'll go up, that's.
yeah, no, I hear you, but it's also your job to do it the right way and.
not necessarily.
Ultimately. The arguments go back and forth on that, if you're not happy, then. It's just like any of these, that's why Alan gave me all of it, typically you can go to courts and feel anything that is for.
I just want to remind.
That's why I asked at the beginning
So,
and they said yes, and then she clarified at the end saying no, and I'm like, ooh,
Well,
okay, well, what is it? Cause that was like the first thing I asked, is like, any of these issues, can you go above and beyond us?
Yeah.
And she said yes, and then she said no at the end, so I'm like.
No, she just said
She
so
said,
it's us,
they can't come back to
they can't
it.
go back to us.
no, she said, we're the final,
Mm,
Yeah.
Yeah. They can, whatever was very close. Go ahead.
And she clarified and said.
at the end, she.
Right there, it's like.
I must have misheard.
We're not gonna see these people again.
so I'm impressed we got a new
Very good.
guideline. book.
26. Anything new in it?
Tell
The new appraisal.
you though, I read, I don't think I've ever read as much as I have my entire life than I have in the last.
Kind of reading.
of the month.
You know, she was on the planning board for years. She'd drive you nuts.
Oh, no, because
Her and
You should
Nelson.
see the files. You should see the, you got the files. You got files you could kill somebody with.
no, we didn't piddle paddle and argue a quorum and whatnot.
Yeah.
I said you needed this, and this. I expected this, and this. And I gave you a list of what you needed to bring. If you didn't bring it, then that's your fault. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But it's same way as the DRB. And no,
I will do this, I'll thank you for asking these questions.
yes.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I'm
getting yourself.
This is the time to ask.
brand new at this, so like David said, like,
If you wanna do it, come.
no, it's okay to do, it's just, the deliberation for me was gonna be everything, because
There's a lot of people.
Don't.
I don't like asking questions in front of the person.
No, you don't.
debating.
Yeah, wait till
Yeah.
later.
Especially since it's a small town, we know every single person in it.
Well, you do, not
No.
lately. I don't know anybody at the post office lately.
Yeah.
Everybody knows you, Jimmy.
And,
I lost track of my minutes, but
And that's not like the executive decision, like people are all over the place on the internet, attacking everybody and going on the executive decision. I just wanted to make sure it was clear that deliberative session or executive session is exactly what they do in the court. And we are a court. Not,
Yes.
Yeah.
And stop saying.
yeah.
okay.
So are you ready?
They're all like,
Oh, this page,
what do they?
this is the only page I got
Just gotta
from, yeah,
State the facts and they're gonna keep the
ready.
thing.
Ready?
You only have one copy. Oh, no, maybe I need my pen. Oh, wait, got my pen that right?
Yeah.
Mm,
Gonna let you, now that everybody on paperwork. The
No, that
25
was-
edition.
Okay.
okay. I'm so sorry, you guys.
Julie, please. Form us for the changes you started.
Oh, so
Everybody can follow to the
obviously, I got the correct page.
flag that.
So my first thing was I wanted to change the municipal name to Pownell. To be Pownell Board of Civil Authority, the rules of procedure for property tax assessment. So I'm just gonna go A, Pownell. Is that okay?
Sounds good.
And then I went, the B, I added Pownell. Oh, and then there's another, a copy of these rules must be provided to. Pownell,
On both of those.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Board of assessor,
Yep.
so any assess.
Assessor slash.
Lesser, yeah, lesser, assessor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna swear, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to.
Yes, you did.
No, no, I wouldn't either. Okay, so on this one,
So procedure board, civil authority.
yes,
Board
so,
chair, vice chair. will- All tax appeal hearings, both the
Resign.
chair and the vice chair are asked. Members selected by the BCA. Who preside over the hearing, the chair may.
Wait, do we want to say a member? Do we want to put the word temporary in there at all, or?
No, it's saying that in the sentence, it's saying,
Yeah.
yeah.
Whoever may be, if both of us aren't present at that particular meeting, there may be somebody different that then.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it said.
Have we already determined chair and vice chair of
that's
this?
what I'm gonna say,
Yes.
oh, are we
Yes.
still gonna stay with?
Yeah, I think.
Make an amendment to, keep the chair and vice chair of the abatement the same as civil authority.
You're making a motion?
I'm making a
I'll
motion.
second that motion.
I'd like to, and,
Okay.
if neither one was
Mr. President.
present, we would revert back to the previous selection of the chair for that temporary. For that meeting.
Okay, there we go, temporary, okay.
Yeah.
Selection of temporary chair or whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty much
So
what
we
it says in
start
the
out-
sentence though.
Yeah.
If these two aren't here, then the board just makes a,
But it said.
yeah, but it says it right in that
Correct.
sentence to do that, so.
But
Revert back to previous.
So that motion, they can keep
You and Cindy is
me as the chair, Cindy as the vice chair. Do it during the board of civil authority also.
Correct.
Other than, otherwise, it will fall under that rule of procedure number one.
Correct.
So. Any more discussion?
No.
All in favor? Oh. For two.
Are you okay with being the vice chair for that one? Okay.
Don't get me if I don't make.
Yeah. Where are you there?
To 24 BSA 801, a quorum of BCA will be any three or more members for a tax appeal hearing.
Where are you?
Number two.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Quorum will be treated as the act or decision of a full BCA. You want to change that or put the same length?
We only have to have 3 members?
I
Members, that's
agree with that because you need 3 members to go and do a site visit.
Right.
And it can't be the same as your board. So
I figured the majority.
Oh,
10.
Yeah,
I think we should get the same as we did for the board.
majority.
For the majority. But that's my opinion, but.
Yeah.
No, that,
I think that's right.
You need
So
10.
majority.
I
You need
can't-
at least
10 and just sit it.
make a
So
motion
get the
that,
majority of 10.
Let's change 3 to 10.
no,
No.
and
Ken.
No, I'm saying we have 18 altogether for the Board of Abatement. But for BCA.
oh yeah, we don't have the treasurer.
Right, BCA is your 12 justices,
Yeah.
which is actually 11 because you're a select board. And board select, so you got the 12, so 12 justices, 5 select board.
Right, so
No,
we got
12.
12.
Yeah.
so
So,
before select, because I hold 2 positions.
right, and I hold 2
Right.
positions. So with Jamie and I being that we hold 2 positions,
15.
which we count as quorum. So if we were both here, we could both count as
True.
two,
Oh, okay.
but we can only vote
Once.
one.
Yes. So.
So I think our.
We keep getting technical.
More on BCA.
that's
I'm
what
glad
we're
my
trying
head
to
won't
do.
spin.
So,
It says
Okay,
three.
fine,
You
so,
have 5 seats on the board.
so 8.
well,
And there's 12.
justices,
There's
there's
17.
17.
Well, what's half of 17?
But you can only vote twice, or once
Right,
each.
we
so-
can only vote,
Right.
right.
So half of, that'd be 15, so majority be 8.
Okay,
Okay,
thought 10.
So where it said
Well,
three,
because they can only vote
any
once.
3 or more, we should say 8 or more members, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
so,
On number 2.
Does that mean
Yes.
8? I
yeah,
mean,
no, that's fine, that's. What we're here to discuss.
Before you finalize that, are there, maybe I missed this earlier, are there liable to be multiple meetings? Of these appeal meetings,
Mm-hmm.
many?
especially when, yes,
Yeah.
Are we gonna be able to get 10 people
Well, that's
for
like-
multiple meetings?
that's why we're saying 8.
Well, or were you able to get 8 for?
If we can't get 8 out of the 15 of us,
trouble.
and let me tell you what, then you guys will be harshly spoken to. Tell you that. Because nothing more than not being able to have a meeting will ruffle my feathers.
Hold on.
I know, will be-
Hold on. Is it liable to be the case that 3 weeks from now, we could have meetings every night for 3 weeks? Or
Yes, because
But the-
once they do the reappraisal, the only good thing,
Go over that.
so the only good thing about the reappraisal is being that they're doing them in sections. We're not gonna do the whole town, and then the whole town's
I'm
gonna.
just questioning whether there's a.
My question is my road wasn't on the list, but I got my reassessment in and no one came to my house. I never got a piece of paper saying they went there.
That's another thing I can tell you about too.
And isn't that,
Postcards have been mailed.
I don't care. I'm just saying, I'm just stating like, when,
Just, right,
It's not unusual for a lot of, here, a lot of towns, you take a professional appraiser, you go in and look at those cards that they've got. If you pull your card on your place, it should have a lot of information, the year it was built, all kinds of information. And he may sit there and appraise your property based on what's on the card. They never come to your
Property.
but the other.
I'm happy with it, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is you brought up a good point. There's a lot of meetings. And Julie scheduled a meeting and she thinks that we're gonna get a quorum. If we do not get a quorum, eventually that person who is entitled to that meeting.
is gonna get it by default.
Default.
By default, they will win.
Right.
If we don't.
But also, doesn't our being elected, we talked about this before, when they were still talking about doing the assessment, reappraisals. You're only, how do I say this? To show up multiple nights a week for months on end because there's thousands of people in this town, doesn't that go above and beyond your duties? Like, how does, because they did talk about that when I first started. I'll show up to every one of them, but it does,
Well,
somebody stated that from the beginning.
So doesn't that argue for a fewer number establishing a quorum so that not everybody has to meet?
Well, it says 3 or more. Well,
So right now, we're discussing on what more would be.
Right.
let me bring this up. And I've been in this town quite a while and been involved with politics for a while. I've never seen anything as severe as what you have in your mind. One thing that.
I'm always thinking about the worst. Plan for the worst and rest is easy.
Thinks of, if they double my value of my property, my taxes are gonna double. It's not so.
Yeah, but
If they double everybody's property value, your expense line.
Spread out.
that's fine, but I got my reassessment in the mail. And if I don't like it, I don't know that you're gonna tax me at a lesser rate. I'm gonna abate my taxes, or abate my tax.
Because it's.
Assessment.
So because they're doing it, like I said, they're gonna work in groups, so that if you don't like have any questions or you want them to walk through, they're scheduling an appointment. Then once they have their group done, then they're gonna go and at the end, everybody's gonna get your total, and then that's when you can do the next step.
So you can't abate this, or is it abating?
Yes, you
You
can't.
can't abate it until everything is done and everyone knows that
And
the
it
newest,
can take up to a
the
year.
new, okay.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Carl, I think you clarified.
That was where my question was, because
3 or more is different than talking about a quorum of 10 of the total group of 7.
Quorum of 6. But we're just putting a number down
3 or
because
more is fine.
I think 8 is good.
Julie could have this meeting next week or all week long, as long as there were 3 members, 3 or more. As long as there are 3, you can have the meeting.
No, I don't want, I need.
she would like to have more than 3 people.
What do you need, Julie? Just tell us.
I already said, when we do this, we have to go into committees of 3. They can't be the same person as.
Yeah.
You need more people so that the 3 of you come back to the board to discuss what you decided on your site visit. So we need more than 3, but not more than.
Julie?
You got Republicans and Democrats.
It's 6.
Can't have 3 Republicans here, or can't have 3 Democrats here.
As long as we have more than 3, I don't,
No, somebody will argue.
oh, I think it's like.
That's why it's 8, it's a majority, 8. And like you said, 8 is not that many people.
Right.
And we all get along.
Right.
It's no problem.
I mean,
But
Okay.
that was my
Let's-
big question about
I-
the abatement of this
Wait,
assessed
why-
value. It's,
That we
Can-
change this number to 8 on 2 on under procedure.
we're not doing more. We're gonna just.
A quorum of the BCA will be 8, any 8 or more members.
8,
For a tax
not
appeal.
more. Well,
yeah, because if everybody made it,
It's always
Yeah.
great.
Alright, Julie?
No, it's not gonna tell them they can't come.
right,
Julie, question.
What?
You were talking about there's gonna be 3 of us that are going to go and look at the properties.
possibly.
And those 3 can't be counted
No, you're counted as the board, you're counted as quorum.
You can't go make the site visit and make the decision.
Right.
You have to discuss with it.
So you're gonna go out, you'll meet with your three of you. You'll do your discussion, then you bring your report back to the board. And
The
then
board makes a decision.
As a whole. Yeah.
as a whole.
Or at least a majority.
Me and me.
Otherwise, if you've only got three, you've already
So
made the decision.
Right.
The motion is on the floor. Is there any more discussion?
Well, that's where
I need a second.
That's where
We need a second. Thank-
Thank you. Need more discussion?
So,
I'm working on it. People like to talk over people. They need to learn respect. So, I'm not.
Abilities. We're pretty considerate, you know.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh.
I write you a note.
You know that.
The reason I was asking that is because people know that I do this now, family members, friends, so they're asking. What's gonna happen? And I don't know, so this is why I'm asking, because now I can go back and tell them, no one can abate anything until a year, when everybody's comes in, and then everyone will know the new tax rate.
Right.
Before they can abate their taxes, assess value.
Explain,
Right.
just quickly,
Increase.
the different, how it goes, just quickly, you go from this one, you get your initial assessment and then.
Yes, you go to the assessors go out, they come back. You can come to them and grieve them, and then they come to the board, and then we do our part type thing. But for this year, your taxes aren't,
Correct, yeah, no, I
you're not
know,
worrying about the assessment. You're gonna be what they are, and
but when they go to abate, they will know what the new tax value is, that's all I need.
Let me help you, unless you see your town spending a ton of, other than they've normally been spending, the amount of taxes that you're gonna pay is gonna be similar. I don't give a, if they do the appraisal properly, it's not gonna be a whole lot different, right, Jimmy?
Hey, listen, 30%, 30,000 a quarter for the dump is not a good figure.
No,
So we're gonna be up.
yeah,
Taxes.
taxes never go down.
And the rescue squad,
No, but
you know, it's a mess.
Yeah.
All Vermont is. I'm sorry.
It's not just.
Anyway, it is what it is. We're happy to be here.
Spending
God love
money.
you.
Course, man, it's.
no, it has nothing to do with that, it's just on the state level.
Where are we next?
Same on everything.
BCA meeting. Have an agenda prepared by the town clerk,
We'd have more money if there was more.
so many minutes for hearing.
Oh, didn't we decide on that a few
This
minutes
is-
ago?
That was for the abatement, this is for the BCA.
Oh, I see.
You want to do the same for this? We
It
just-
says half, you wanted to put half an hour?
I,
I think they took that out.
We did it on the last one.
right,
I think they took it out.
Yeah.
They're properly-
okay, so no time on it, okay, that's fine.
Just,
With time allotted, what do you say? Change it to time allotted for each? No, doesn't make sense.
no, just a meeting, just a meeting.
You're entitled to
Yeah,
hear.
Prepared by the town clerk, for
I'll
each hearing.
conduct it as it'll appear on the
Remove minutes
agenda.
allotted.
Yep. Minutes allotted for.
Yeah, then we don't get into it.
And the,
God, I can see some.
back in, what was that, by majority?
Get the
Is that what it was?
15 minutes.
Yeah. Number 4.
Right.
Wait, was it what other majority? Had a word.
Yeah.
Had a word.
So we want to keep majority correct in the last.
We're doing the majority?
Yes, majority of.
Okay, so
Okay.
Yes.
All
Hearings except site inspection will be recorded, audio or video. A copy of the recording must be posted in a designated electronic location for a minimum of 30 days following the posting of the minutes of the hearing.
So they're
That's
on
on our
our website.
website.
Yep.
oh, okay.
And the town website. Number 5, applicants must submit 3 copies of all documentary evidence to the BCA. clerk will mark all documents submitted to the BCA with appropriate identifying information.
I'll do better at ordering.
Yeah.
I'll number.
The chair may exclude any irrelevant, unreliable, unnecessary, repetitive evidence. Value of property subject to appeals. Relevant evidence, any verbal testimony or documents tend to demonstrate the value of the property subject to appeal. Reliable evidence is any relevant evidence commonly relied upon by reasonably prudent people in the conduct of their affairs.
It's always fun.
Look at that.
I think the key there is the first line, that's the most important.
The chair will conduct all tax appeal hearings in the following sequence. I have to read all this or?
No, you don't.
Everybody understand them?
Yeah,
The only thing I have is on D, the request to request the conflict of interest.
Yeah, it should be first.
What is that? Well, that was my thing, that
Do we
should
want to
go,
move it
I
on?
want to move it up to B,
And then,
but then I just want to, because of a conflict with, we have a justice who is married to the clerk.
mhm,
So I asked Garrett because I wanted to confirm.
mhm,
It said, yeah, I had asked about, because when I read all this in the training, it triggered. So it said that the assessor can be present as they're not the one who's potentially conflicted. And I think it's fine for the clerk to be present as well. So long as their spouse, the justice of the peace, either isn't in attendance or has recused themselves. Or has issued a written non-recusal statement explaining why good cause exists for them to continue the hearing.
What makes that decision on?
Suggest that we do written part, because then that won't allow that one person to participate in any meeting. And I don't want to take that away from them,
right,
as it could be a, learning process. But then I also have, because we've changed everything to list their assessor, but being that we don't have it, so can we just write up something that, or have that, you know what I mean, just a quick statement that it's not a conflict, because we were trying, Ellen and I were going back and forth because usually they don't attend, they do our, she would sit with Jacob and give us the evidence.
Right.
And that they would be here for a meeting,
right.
but because she's present
Mhm.
for, for them to ask questions, but not part of our decision.
So,
So I don't. But I'm taking any input, I just.
no, you still hung up on listers, the word lister being.
No. To recuse, the part of recusing,
Right.
because.
You just want to move it up,
Well, I want to move it up, but because Alonzo's married to Wendy
yeah.
and Jacob and her are the ones that give us
The testimony.
the testimony and stuff, and we go by that, there would consider him as a conflict
Correct.
because he's married.
So either she has to recuse himself or he has to recuse himself.
She probably will.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to make it clear that if Wendy's present, because Wendy wouldn't generally, you know what I mean? Because Jacob's the assessor, she's his clerk, she does whatever he, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So I just want to make sure that that isn't a conflict. You know what I mean?
So your thought is to have a,
I would like Wendy to recuse
Yes.
herself.
Yeah.
Or Alonzo, one or the other,
One or the other, use themselves in writing.
because there is a conflict of
I
interest.
prefer it would be Wendy,
everybody.
because then
Yeah.
Lonzo can always participate. Wendy can just be over there observing and not telling us, let Jacob speak.
Right, let Jacob speak, but if Jacob isn't present, then she's going to have to give the evidence.
I don't, that's the thing I have to check, because I don't know if she can, being that she's a
a clerk
clerk,
and not the.
assessor,
No, I understand, but
you know what I mean?
he wrote
So-
something up.
Okay, but if it was a piece of Alonzo's property, Alonzo wouldn't be sitting here, he'd be here.
He'd be right there, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's, yeah, but I'm just, right,
But if it's
we're
not,
all,
if
right,
it's not her,
if it's not their property.
correct,
Property,
it's not gonna be a conflict.
right, but I just want it to be able to,
Okay.
She doesn't make any of the decisions, she's just giving us information.
right,
But if it's his property or her property, they,
Right.
one of them needs to recuse himself.
It could easily come up too.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
so, but I just wanna make it clear that
Mhm.
if I'm on these,
He owns 14 properties.
right,
Yeah, and counting.
but I mean, that's my only thing that I would
Yep.
like her to recuse,
Mhm.
the assessor clerk to recuse.
In a case one is their problem.
No, no, because Alonzo won't be able to participate in any meeting. Even if it wasn't their property. He wouldn't be able to, they wouldn't be able to do anything. Sorry.
Well, she's just giving town evidence,
Right,
and if it's,
His
if there's no
property.
personal gain to either one of
But
them,
if it's his property,
It's his
if it's her property, there is personal gain.
that's the
You know,
only
there could
time
be.
it would be a conflict.
Right, right.
But if it's my property and they're both sitting on it,
Correct.
Right.
yet on the board, then it's not a conflict for them to go
but
to hear the thing.
VLCT is saying it is.
Yeah, VLCT stated it specifically to us.
Yeah.
that it-
It specifically asked those questions.
Mhm.
So I think it would be easier for, if we didn't have them to write up something,
Right.
or that Wendy just signs that she recuses herself, then I think he would be fine, he could participate.
No, I understand that.
And she can just-
I disagree with them because if it's
Oh,
not
you don't have to tell me, I fight
either
them all the time.
property or relatives, and it's no different than any other member sitting on this board.
But that's why I'm
Town has
asking,
people that you can.
Yeah.
right, that's why we're doing the rules of
Yep.
procedure.
Yep.
So I mean, you don't. I wouldn't date.
Well,
I'm
just,
still learning now, don't.
no, I understand you're CYA and us, so.
Take it as it comes.
So what's the board feel? Do we want
I
a
was.
letter of recuse? And
Only on
Julie
his,
should-
well,
Depends on what property's up, you know?
Can Julie just,
can we make that
Discuss
decision
with
even though
what?
VLCT? Or can you ask the VLCT?
I don't think, they always tell us to seek legal advice anyway, but anyway, that's why I'm still
I think
learning.
it could be a board.
I really feel like,
But I'm thinking it should be us making that decision.
I feel like if it's, the only time either one should ever have to recuse themselves if it's something they have.
If they own.
money.
They own it.
If they own
Right.
it, there's money. there.
Correct.
Okay, okay, I'm
If
just.
they're renting
Right.
it, or if they have any vested interest into it.
I guess you look at it
Or
from
an
a
owner.
perspective of, she's working for the prosecutor. And she's married to the judge.
Pretty much.
Is there a conflict of interest?
So Julie should just tell her to be sensitive to that and think about
I
it.
think they will.
Yeah, just like remind her, tell her what the NCT said and.
I think just to recuse herself, if,
Okay.
not just her, it could be either one of them.
I just, if she feels some place of interest.
One of them has to do it.
One of them has to do it.
Requested of members to see any conflicts of interest.
Well, only
If
for
it's-
properties that they have in common. Something they own, they rent, or they are investors in.
If you look at the.
We had not something that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Right.
And you, anything.
like you said, he owns 5 properties, there's a great chance that it might happen.
From.
I'm glad he didn't get Cotaminos.
Hmm.
What?
Cotaminos, it's costing them a hotel. I mean,
Right.
library.
Church got that.
The church got that.
Yeah.
owner of record. There, owner of record. There, okay, that's all. I just was trying to just protect us, but yet,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know why I'm supposed.
Okay, let's move along. Are we?
So here's a definition, use yourself completely removed.
She would recuse, that means you would have to totally recuse yourself.
Correct.
Well, you just wouldn't be able to speak during the
Hearing
hearing.
decision as clerk directly inserts your spouse's deputy as GP. But she's not making the decision, she's stating that, but.
stating the facts.
Right. So if she was a voting member at that time,
But if, right, but she has to let Jacob do all the talking.
So why don't we make it so that Alonzo has to recuse himself? She's not making any choices, but he would be. He has to recuse himself.
just for,
And he would have to anyway, it's his own property.
if it was on.
But what happens if it wasn't? This is what we're talking about.
But if it wasn't, then there's no
Right,
conflict of interest.
I thought we decided it was just gonna be.
Only-
Owned property.
Yeah, only property that they own
Property.
or rent. If one of them's renting a piece of property from, say, Cindy, and
Then one of.
Cindy abated her taxes, neither one of them could be involved in that.
Right.
Or if they owned it.
Right.
But Alonzo would have to recuse himself from his own properties.
Correct.
And then,
And he
the
would,
rest, and he would anyway.
sure he would.
Right.
And even if he tried, we would just say, hey, you have to
Can't do
recuse
it.
yourself. We can't let that go
Yeah.
on. That's the end of that.
Yeah.
So now we don't have to change anything.
Sounds good.
Okay, moving right along.
So are we adding lister to assessor or are we across the list of?
Listers.
Yeah.
Assessor?
Lister hash.
Hash. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're doing it for all of it. So we're doing it all over.
Yep.
Okay,
Okay.
Parte, I didn't understand.
Invite persons from BCA.
Did you
Oh.
look it up?
Yeah,
You saw it?
Did you understand it? Did you understand what the ex parte is?
not really, let's just.
Happy, or hat, sorry.
I read it.
yeah,
Can you define that for them? Oh,
No,
good.
I-
So-
It's right here on one of your packets.
yeah,
If you want to talk to somebody that's part of that, let's say a applicant comes in and you have a discussion with them about their case. Before the hearing, that's ex parte communication.
Right here. Ex parte communication is direct or indirect communication between a board member and any party's representative, party's counsel, or any person interested in the outcome of the abatement process. That occurs outside the abatement hearing and concerns the substance or merits of the hearing. So if you've spoken with anybody outside of it, you have to recuse yourself, or if your lawyer gets involved or anything.
Yeah, right, okay.
We'll have discussions with Jacob over.
Pretty much any discussion at all about that, you have to recuse yourself, separate from the board.
Okay, moving on.
An inspection between the three BCA members who inspect the property fees that by the chair and report that's funded back to the BCA.
Makes sense.
I have.
No.
And then majority, number 9.
Yes.
Majority. Moving on to the next page. Okay,
Any other questions?
no.
With you? Stephanie?
Are you going to go through tonight? Are we going through these other packets?
No,
No, this is the last
No.
one.
I told you.
I'm gonna take him home.
Yes, freedom.
Hey, Julie, I said it's going to take us about half an hour, or 45 minutes.
So upon reviewing this document, is there any other question? No. Can I have a motion to accept changes?
I'll make a motion to accept it.
I'll second it. I'll second it.
Pending
Final review.
final review.
Yes.
Okay.
Pending
So,
hard
can
copy.
I just say something?
We'll review of hard copy.
So the rest of the agenda, or I lost my agenda. Anyway, it's going to be so fun. My notices are the same exact as the Board of Appeals.
Yeah.
And the decision is the same. I always, that,
Julie, what does join Zoom meeting mean?
Oh, that's.
That's that. Is on the bottom, if you
Oh.
want to.
so
Join
yeah,
by
I didn't
Zoom.
make a copy of the Zoom meeting that day. Usually I gotta have the number for the Zoom meeting,
Whether you call or.
Right. the link that you have.
Okay, hold on. All in favor of our motion?
Aye.
The only thing we can't
Yeah, I'm
adjourn
gonna put
anymore,
this-
we have to close. I mean,
No more business. Or.
Got it?
Your motion closed.
All right, so, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Right, folder.
I did.
No, I'll leave that.